Hey everybody, it's Calvin Beal. I'm just throwing this video up for those sort of novice intermediate bass players that are starting to look at soloing a little bit and looking for different ways to maybe approach it. If you've got your general chord scale relationships and your pentatonics together and your blues scales, and you're looking for another way to sort of approach everything, then this is what I'm putting up. So repetition is the device we're going to look at today. How to take a line, something you know well, and to use it more than once in a phrase in such a way to lengthen your lines, in fact double them in length, but also to allow you to get the maximum utility out of something that you're comfortable with. So we're going to be looking at playing over C minor. I made a little vamp for somebody recently, and we're going to put 3 lines against this, and yeah, hopefully by the end of this it'll give you some inspiration on how to do this for yourself and find your own lines. So here's how we approach this. We're going to play a single line, and then we're going to take that line and we're going to move it down a 5th. All right, same fingering, same shape, and that's going to give enough variation to the line to make it feel not like it's exactly the same thing, but it's part of a continuing concept. You see piano players do it all the time. They'll take a line and you'll hear them play these long lines, but really they're grabbing essentially the same thing, moving it down an octave. So we're sort of approaching it kind of the same way. We're not going to make them super long at this point because I want you guys to get comfortable with this. But we're going to start with line number 1. So what I'm going to do for this first line is I'm going to play a few examples of just the single line on its own. And then after that, I'm going to play it with repetition. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. With repetition. As you can see, lengthens the line, and it also sounds like it's one whole continuous concept. All right, so for line 2, we're going to start on F, and we're going to start with our pinky on F, which means that if you've been following along and paying attention, that when we go to play the repeated line, we're going to be playing it down a 5th, which means B flat, and we're also going to be playing with our pinky to start that line because we're trying to reproduce the exact same shape into both lines. So there's a little bit less thinking involved and a little more connecting with the music. So I'm going to play the line itself 4 times, and then I'll probably play another 4 times with the repeated line. So here we go. 1, 2. Repeated line. So there you go. And you notice I'm putting a little bit of vibrato in there, at the end adding a little lick or something like that. So that's the fun of it. You know, you start getting this thing together, and then your hands just sort of go and they fly, and it just becomes a little more fun. So line number 3 might be a slightly new technique for some of you. We were playing 5 frets with 3 fingers, all right? So we're only going to be using our 1st, 2nd, and our pinky, all right? So just imagine your 3rd finger does not exist for the purpose of this line. So we're going to be starting on A, 2nd line will go D, 3rd line will start on G. So yes, we are adding 1 extra line, all right? So each time we move, there'll be a pinky shift, all right? So we got A, F, G, A, F, and then pinky. Then we move that down, B flat, C, D, B flat, pinky, E flat, F, G, E flat, and then we can just land on that C to resolve it, all right? So one more time, we play the line on the G string, starting on A. So we got A, F, G, A, F, Then same thing down, starting on D, D, B flat, C, D, B flat. Then on the A string, G, E flat, F, G, E flat, and then we just end on C. So I'll play the first line on its own 4 times, and then I'll play the whole line. All right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repetition. So there you go. Those are the 3 lines. And then if you want to, you gotta get these things together, and then you can use them as connective tissue, vocab you can drop in on, but most importantly, you have a technique that you can build on yourself. I would suggest you take the time to figure out your own lines. I mean, 2, 3.